Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We continue. The Jason DeCosta-trained She's My Destiny, partnered by rider Ramon Naper, secured the Philip Fiani Odi Gold Cup at Caymanas Park on Monday. The open allowance graded stakes event saw 7 entries going 1,400 meters for a purse of 2.5 million Jamaican dollars. That's approximately 16,000 US dollars. Rapidly closing off the pace, She's My Destiny collared the front-running Mahogany to secure a scintillating victory. Well, ace commentator Brian Spuddy Rickman had the call on what was celebrated as Heroes Day in Jamaica.
Field in line, they're off for the Gold Cup. Ability just misses it at the start as they run the back stretch and head toward the 6 in the Gold Cup. Rejourne the pilot sets the fractions. The speedy She's My Destiny now cuts into that lead as they leave the 6. Just a length separates them. Mahogany races up next. I've Got Magic is racing wide of these. I Am Fred in the red is 5 lengths off that lead. A gap of 5 or more opens up to Perfect Brew, joined by Ability. Down the back stretch they go in the Gold Cup. They make their way now toward the half mile. Rejourne the pilot will get there first, shadowed by Mahogany. I've Got Magic racing out 3 wide. She's My Destiny now asked to go by the rider. I Am Fred is still in the chance, needing to find 4.5 lengths. Ability now makes some progress, and the late running Perfect Brew at the back of the field. They're blasted past the 3 in the Gold Cup. They're coming toward the final 5/16th, and Mahogany, the big horse, now picks up that lead and is asked to sprint away from them. It is Mahogany coming into the lane. Mahogany pushed out a 1/4 mile to run in the Gold Cup, and Mahogany is in charge with 3/16 to run. Can they catch Mahogany? You'll have to falter badly as Mahogany comes to the furlong pole with a clear lead. She's My Destiny running on from behind. Mahogany driven to the back. She's My Destiny. The filly beginning to close up. Mahogany under pressure. She's My Destiny charging forward under Ramon Napier. They're meters from the wire. She's My Destiny beats Mahogany in the Gold Cup. Then Ability, Perfect Brew, I Am Fred and Rejourne the pilot go by together. I've Got Magic at the back.
Well, joining us in studio to recap the 3-day racing carnival held at Caymanas Park from Saturday through Monday is former racehorse trainer, now analyst, Robert Darby Jr. Robert, good afternoon. Let's begin with the Gold Cup.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're going to begin with the Gold Cup and your thoughts on the winner, She's My Destiny.
I think this is where the buck stops for She's My Destiny, honestly.
Yeah?
She had 47 kilos. She was allowed about anywhere somewhere between 9 kilos, which is about almost 20 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. And Mahogany was only beaten by about a length. In my opinion, Mahogany did work extremely well, but coming off such a long break and then running the second run, I thought he would have needed another run just to get where the trainer wanted him. And that is why I'm putting She's My Destiny right now. I'm not giving her any chance in the Moon Tape Mile, the big one coming up, because one, she will not have 47 kilos in this event.
Yeah, but let's pay close attention.
And she's a sprinter.
Right. But I want to pay close attention to the race because Mahogany led for quite some time.
Yep.
It's just coming down to the backstretch that, of course, She's My Destiny overtook and was able to secure that win.
I have to lift my hats off to the jock, Ramon Napier, because everybody rides She's My Destiny. She's 5 lengths in front, especially going long. I don't know what he did, but obviously he got her to relax. It was very surprising to me when I saw Mahogany turning from 6 lengths. I was expecting the roles to be reversed, where She's My Destiny would have been 6 lengths in front, and then Mahogany will become running on. But it's a brilliant ride by Ramon Napier, and that was the reason why she won. And this is why I'm saying it's going to be even so more difficult for her in the mile, because she will have a lot more weight, 1, and 2. I don't know if a jockey will be able to hold her over a distance coming 8, where it will be even harder to hold a sprinter coming 8 furlongs.
Yeah. 2 things though, Robert, because you just credited the rider Napier for his patience, and that is true. But isn't it true that Prasad had 2 entries in the race and he was setting up the race for Mahogany? And Rejourne the pilot, his other entry in the event, showed good speed, claimed the rails very quickly, so it almost denied She's My Destiny of her normal front-running race pattern. And to Napier's credit, he didn't panic when she didn't lead. He just held her, and because she was so lightly weighted, she had the energy to run a winning home stretch.
Right. So everything panned out for She's My Destiny.
Yeah.
It was just for her to win, to beat Mahogany yesterday. That's what had to happen, and that's exactly what happened. Roger and the pilot did the dirty work, and as a result, we know Mahogany has a lot of pace. He was chasing Roger and the pilot as well. And so Raman up here sees the opportunity to just sit back third, about 3-4 lengths off it, leaving the three. When Mahogany kicked again, she was about 6-7 lengths off it. And tired legs, wobbly legs, Mahogany, and then here comes the filly.
I want to challenge you a bit, though, on your writing of She's My Destiny for the Mute Mile coming up in December. And I understand why you do that, because with only 106 pounds, you know, she obviously, based on the condition of the Mute Mile, she won't have the kind of favorable handicap.
That's it.
But wasn't it more than outstanding on her part that she was not allowed to run her normal race, which is in front, and still be able to win the race so impressively? She has to take some credit and get some stripes for that.
I have to give Jason DaCosta the credit as well,
the trainer.
She was very well prepared, and obviously the jockey Raman up here and the trainer would have spoken about tactics. I mean, if Roger and the pilot was going out, they would sit off, and obviously that's what he did. So, you know, hats off to, yes, She's My Destiny as well, because as you said, no one expected her to come running on. But that just shows the versatility of She's My Destiny.
Which is the point I want to make now, which is, Robert, I'm suggesting to you that a lot of horses who have won the big ones, the Diamond Mile, and in now the Mute Mile, are horses that have good tactical speed. Now, prior to now, we have felt that She's My Destiny was an out-and-out sprinter who only knew one way to win, which was from in front. Didn't yesterday's effort show us that maybe this horse has a little bit more than we are giving her credit for?
I have to admit, if whosoever is riding her, whosoever is riding this filly, this mare, come Mute Mile, if they can get her to relax like that, then she will definitely have a chance. But it's depending on the weight, because allowing her, Mahogany allowing her 20 pounds, and you only beat him by a length. 3 pounds is a length. Do the maths.
Right, and Mahogany.
3 pounds is a length. It's 7 length. He was 7 length off, worse off, and she only beat him by a length.
Yeah. If you look at it that way, I guess you're correct, because at the handicaps, we would not expect She's My Destiny to challenge Mahogany over a mile. No. If it was a very short sprint, maybe, but...
I want to tell you today, this Mahogany is proving to me also that he will not get an inch over a mile, and for him to win the Diamond Mile, he will have to be ridden with a certain amount of patience to stay out the trip. If you remember the last time, it was exactly like this. He looked all over the winner, and he got nabbed a furlong out. So, or half a furlong out. So, for Mahogany to actually win this event, everything will have to work out in his favor.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, I want to move along now to Blue Vinyl in the Mark My Word Trophy. Your assessment of that win? All
right. So my assessment of that win is just one word: awesome. There's no other word to describe it. If there's a negative to take out of the race, the last couple of races he ran, he hasn't run against graded horses, genuine graded horses. Is that a fact? Is an upcoming horse? Unfortunately, she flipped, and I understood that she passed off. I'm not sure, but I know she flipped and was scratched in her last event. So I'm not sure if she got back up. But he hasn't beaten solid graded races. But 154 is 154. You hardly find a horse doing 154, and being freshened from all of those classic races last year, he's back to his best. But let me just add, for the viewers who would be wondering what could have happened for a trainer to win the the St. Ledger and run second in Derby and lose the horse. Just for you guys out there in racing land, I spoke to Patrick Lynch and he told me that, he spoke with the owner and told him, look here, if you want to make a move, it's fine with me. They discussed it and they both came to a mutual agreement. So it's no ill feelings about the horses moving. Patrick Lynch is fine, the owner is fine, they're still friends, but they just decided to part their ways, and Al got a really good horse now, and let's see what he does with him in the Diamond Mile. But he does have a good chance, very good chance.
How good a trainer is Alfred Brown?
Good. He's a good trainer. He has learned from the best, the maestro himself. So
Philip Fiani.
Yes, so he's a good trainer.
Yeah. The winning margin by Blue Vinyl, you made the point that the opposition wasn't that stiff, but 21.5 lengths. We hardly ever see that kind of victory margin in local racing. Hardly.
And this is how, and this is why you have to be careful how you assess horses, because there was no pace in the race. And when there's no pace in the race, a horse will run a super fast time. In the Diamond Mile coming up and other races, you will not have that luxury. It's going to be hotly contested. And again, as I said, tactics is going to play coming into the big one.
Right.
Talk to us about Blue Vinyl's chances in the big graded event coming up in December, the Mute Mile, because as you correctly pointed out, he won 2 classics last year, the 2000 Guinness and the St. Leger, was beaten by Atomica badly in the Derby, but as a 4-year-old now, he looks as if he's getting back to his best.
Yeah.
As a former trainer yourself, what does trainer Alfred Brown need to do with Blue Vinyl to make him competitive in the Mute Mile?
Nothing. Where he's right here now.
Just keep him.
Just keep him sound, keep him nice. He has on some good weight on him. He looks good. And he's a good horse. He is a good horse. And trust me, he is in my top 3 for the Diamond Mile right now, as far as I can see. Definitely in the top 3.
The Mute Mile.
For the Mute Mile.
Very, very impressive win over the weekend. And I'm happy for Alfred Brown that he has such a big horse in his stable, because he's been winning races consistently in recent months at Caymanas Park, and Blue Vinyl is an opportunity and a platform for him to show just how good a trainer he is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Any other races you want to tell us that stood out on the weekend?
Well, I want to talk about a horse called Ability. Now, when we watch back that race with seasoned horses, I mean, it was super impressive. He walked out, I don't know if you saw it, he walked out of the gate, had no chance to hit the board. And after not running since about 3 months off, about 3 months layoff, I mean, come on.
The Derby was August,
September, October, 2 months, 2.5 months, basically. And look at this, he finished 3rd just behind She's My Destiny and Mahogany. So, with the run, depending on the condition of the race, or what weight he will come in, he is a danger to all and sundry.
What about the winner of the Sabrati feature as well, Rani Bangala?
Easily the most improved horse in Jamaica. And easily the most improved horse in Jamaica for a long time. I've never seen a horse move from non-winner, from a maiden this year to being a contender in the Mute Mile. I mean, 138 is 138, and you have to give her a chance.
What do you think has contributed to that major improvement? You're around.
The Lasix is definitely one.
Okay.
And the trainers did his work. She had a bleeding problem, and the trainer obviously did his homework and corrected it. And from he has added Lasix to his racing program. That horse has improved leaps and bounds.
The trainer Robert Pearson would have not had a big horse like this since Will in Charge, who won the Diamond Mile under Robert Halladine. So Rani Bangala is a horse now that could propel trainer Robert Pearson back into his Will in Charge days. Yes,
definitely. I mean, this horse is really looking like a well-oiled machine right now. But we are wondering, where's Atomica? Now, she has won 2 good races back-to-back. I think I know what Giro Sobrati is doing. He's trying to give her just 1 run before the Diamond Mile, but he doesn't want to the condition to not suit him. So if had he run in this race and won, you know, she would probably carry 57, 55. So all the trainers are playing possum. They are playing possum with the weight. So I think Gary wisely, it's just like Runaway Algo. That's another horse we have to talk about if we're talking going into the Diamond Mile. He's the firm favorite for sure, Runaway Algo. We have to rule out that 6 furlong event because we know he's not a sprinter.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, they missed the Diamond Mile as well. So as I said, a lot of training tactics going for the Diamond Mile. They miss it because they don't want the condition not to suit them. If you remember last year, Mahogany had to carry the 57 because he was the best horse and he was winning all of the graded races. So it's a very tricky move.
Some jostling going on.
Yes, and tactics.
Yeah.
Well, it's shaping up to be a big one, and SportsMax will have live coverage of the Mute Mile.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
First Saturday in December, so we can't wait to see that.
Who knows if they will hear again what we said in the Derby. If there's an upset, look no further
Yeah. Well, Robert.
than ability.
Yeah, we want to thank you so much for joining us on set, and we'll talk again before that big
Most
Mute
definitely.
Mile.
Always my pleasure.
Yeah, Robert Darby Jr. here, giving us some insight into what took place on the weekend. Let's take a quick break.